So if you want to be successful on YouTube, you've got to stay consistent on YouTube.
So in this video, we're going to be talking about 7 smart hacks on how to have consistency on your channel coming up.
Hey, what's up? Sean here.
Benji here.
And this is Video Influencers, helping you build your influence, income, and impact with online video.
And on this channel, we have weekly tips videos as well as interviews with some of the top influencers. So if you're new here, consider subscribing.
So by now, you've probably already heard about how important it is to be consistent on YouTube. And there's tons of videos out about it. We've done multiple videos on it. But it's such an important aspect of YouTube success, we wanted to drill down with some specific hacks for actually staying consistent. And the reason why is because consistency builds trust. And being consistent on YouTube is similar to other areas of life. For example, dating and relationships. You know, in a relationship, you also ultimately say, I'm gonna be there at the date. I'm gonna show up on time. You eventually, if you get married, you make a promise to, I'm gonna love you through sickness and health. And for that relationship to stay strong, you gotta keep showing up. You gotta keep doing what you said you were gonna do. The same is true online. If you want a strong relationship with your audience, if you say, I'm gonna post weekly videos, you need to keep showing up and posting those weekly videos. That builds trust. People can start depending on you. It builds a bond, it builds a connection. And if you don't do it, you don't have that connection.
Absolutely. So being consistent obviously is important. And the more consistent you are and the more consistent long-term you are, the better the trust will be with your audience.
Tip number 1 is create smart video series and consider breaking your videos down into smaller parts. And so here's a great example. I was recently doing some coaching with someone in the video influencers community, and she has 4 kids and runs a channel for new moms. And I said, you should do a video series called 10 Things I Wish I Knew When I Was a New Mom. And her response was, whoa, I actually probably would have put that into a video. And that would be a great video. The video could be titled 10 Things. But what if you only did one thing per video and you did a 10-part series? Maybe you talk a little bit deeper on each lesson, each point, each insight to help other new moms. And immediately it made sense, because now if you do a weekly show, that's 10 weeks of content by just expanding some of your content, keeping it strong, but not combining so much into one video. So consider, how can you create a smart video series so you can stay more consistent?
Smart hack number 2, set a sustainable pace. You know, we want to bring our ambitions down to reality so that you can be sustainable over the long haul. You know, a lot of us want to upload tons of videos, especially when you're getting started. You're like, I'm going to upload 30 videos this month, but then you stop for the rest of the year. We would suggest uploading at least 1 video per week for a whole year, then 52 videos in 52 days. And this is so easy to do. So this really is as simply as us making realistic, sustainable pace for your channel and for your upload schedule.
Yeah, and you know, sometimes you might even feel like you're ahead. I know this, if I get ahead on videos, I want to release a bunch at once. But you also want to plan for hard seasons, because inevitably you might be really freed up now, but you'll hit a harder season later. So that's why a sustainable pace is important. It's planning for future challenges, future setbacks, maybe different seasons. So if you can get ahead, be patient, hold those videos and release them periodically.
Smart hack number 3. Go live. This is actually one of my favorite hacks because this is the least amount of work you can do to create content. You know, oftentimes Sean and I, when we're creating content, we have to travel to each other, right? Or meet up at a different event. We can go live on a software like vMix and be in our own homes, in our own office, and literally create valuable content without actually recording it and editing it with enough preparation. So going live is a huge hack for having consistency on your channel.
Yeah, and because we've made you guys a promise, right? We've said we're gonna at least bring you weekly tips for growing your influence with video. And there's some times when we're like, wow, we're not gonna get an interview out this week or maybe a tips video. And so that commitment means, all right, what time are we going live? Maybe it's Saturday morning. Like, it's been a while since we posted, but we just make it happen no matter what. Do a simple Q&A, put something together to communicate, do something for your community, leverage YouTube Live for those times, especially when you just have to get a video out.
Smart hack number 4, create smart systems. So this can be as easy as planning or recording, editing, posting. There's a lot of things you can create in terms of systems on creating content that'll make you more efficient so that you can have that consistency. And batching is one of the biggest hacks that we know of. If you haven't seen our batching video, we'll actually put it up in the YouTube card, and click the link down below in the description if you want to catch it.
Smart hack number 5 is speed up your workflow. Now, there are so many things that go into creating YouTube videos. And so when it comes to shooting, that's why creating smart systems like batching might help your production process go faster. But then of course there's editing. And if you're editing on an old laptop or computer that's super slow, that's affecting your overall outputs, right? Maybe you have a slow internet connection. Now at times you may need to endure through this, meaning you don't have money right now to invest in a new computer. But if you do, why are you editing on a 4-year-old computer when a new one would help you get whatever you're working on done 10x faster? We always try to think about how we can upgrade our gear, our internet connections, and look for tools that help us get more done in less time.
Yeah, what Sean is talking about is so important to realize. We're telling you all this, or suggesting spending more so you can have consistency long term. My wife and I, we're daily vloggers, so speed is key. So even upgrading to the better internet so that you're not waiting for 1 to 2 hours for your video to upload to YouTube can actually help you be more consistent, because with that time you save, you could be creating more content. So really important to try to speed up your process wherever you can and where you can afford to do it.
Smart hack number 6 is team and delegation. Now, when you're just starting out, you start like we all start. You start with 0 and you start probably solo. It's you doing everything. You're shooting, you're editing, you're doing all of it. And that's why the tips before this can help you go faster. But one of the things that you could maybe do as you evolve is get help. And help could look like maybe having a spouse or a friend or somebody. You start delegating stuff. You say, look, can you take over this, this, and this on Saturday so I can edit or create content? And then as you also evolve, maybe you start making some more money from your channel, more money in your business. Think about, scaling with a team. This could be personal assistants or someone helping with shooting or editing. That 100% is gonna help you go further, faster, getting more done.
Yeah, oftentimes as a solopreneur, right? One-man band. Oftentimes as a YouTuber, you have to do everything, but you could simply delegate things to contractors, right? Using websites like Fiverr.com. There's so many places where you can actually get people to potentially create all your thumbnails for you, right? Edit certain parts of your video. Create content for you so that you can focus on actually recording the content and not the things that you lack in terms of skills, or maybe you're not enthusiastic about it. So think, where can you delegate? Where can you get other people to assist so you can be more consistent so that you can utilize this hack to create more content?
And a power tip here is immediately identify the most affordable task in your life that you could outsource. So this could actually literally be, say, your laundry. Maybe your laundry takes you 2 hours to do, and if you were to drop that off at the dry cleaner, then all of that would just get done for you. And with those 2 hours, you could do something much more expensive, like create content or like write something for social media. Same thing, it maybe could be landscaping or even just house cleaning. What is one task that could free up your time so you could focus on your channel?
Smart hack number 7, utilize a scheduled posting function on YouTube. One of my favorite things to hack consistency is just publish at a later time. So when you're uploading, you can actually have the ability to schedule it for a future time. And this is huge. And you don't have to just do it for one video. You can do it for multiple videos. Say you batch produce your content, for the next 3 months. You could potentially actually schedule all your uploads for 12 weeks ahead of time, which is huge for staying consistent. So this is one of my favorite hacks.
And here's the thing to remember. Ultimately, YouTube is a marathon and not a sprint. And so we want you to use these smart hacks to think about the long game. The number one reason people quit is they don't see results in the short term. You get discouraged by the results right now, but you want to see a vision. You want to be looking down the road to the fact that little by little you can build momentum. Little by little, when you stay consistent, that's where the results are. So keep building and keep that long-term goal in focus.
We hope you're enjoying the productivity series. If you guys want to see the other videos with the other tips on how to stay productive for your channel, click or tap the YouTube card or the link down below in the description.
Yes, and our recommended resource this week is YouTube Secrets, because we've got a bunch of tips inside of this book that Benji and I wrote about how to be consistent. In fact, it's one of the 7 C's of YouTube success, because you can't miss it. You've got to do it. So if you haven't checked this out yet, we'll link to it in the description below. It's out with the physical book and the ebook.
Question of the day, what are one of your hacks to be more consistent on YouTube? Put them in the comments down below. Thanks so much for watching. Subscribe and hit the bell if you're new here.
And if you want to check out other videos in our productivity series, click or tap the playlist right there. For another video from video influencers, click or tap the screen right there.
As always, we're helping you build your influence, income, and impact with online videos. Talk to you later.